This is another concept which has made its rounds in the world, that something else should motivate you to do what you're doing. If what you're doing is significant enough, you don't need any other thing to motivate you. What you're doing is truly significant to life. Why do you need another motivation to make that happen? If you really understand and experience that what you are doing is truly important for every life around you, you don't need a motivation, life just goes on. See, does your heartbeat need a motivation to keep it going? I'm asking you. All the life processes is not asking for any motivation, isn't it? Monsoon's coming, any motivation? No, it's coming year after year, because the natural process is going on. Simply like that, in you and me, life is on. What I'm telling you is, if you're doing something which is aligned with the fundamental life process of who you are, this can find a million expressions, it need not be just spiritual teaching. It can find a million expressions that what you're doing is aligned with your fundamental life process, then you will not need anything to motivate you. Simply, as a part of life, it will just happen. How much you do simply depends on how much time you invested on upgrading yourself. The problem with the world right now is, people are always trying to upgrade their activity. If you upgrade your activity without upgrading yourself, you are bound to break up somewhere. It's like, you went on a Formula 1 track because you want to be on a fast track and you went with your Maruti 800. Suppose you hit the right kind of speed, all the four wheels will go in four different directions. It won't hold up. If you want to be on that kind of speed and that kind of track, you must prepare the machine. Upgradation of this one is important. If you upgrade yourself, activity will simply happen. Many people around me, many times think I'm superhuman because of that activity that I perform. This is not about being superhuman. If you explore the possibilities of being human, if you explore the possibilities of the immensity of being human, you will realize you don't have to be a superhuman, being human itself is super. So you will not need any external drive or some other inspiration, the very process of life will do it.
Once in a small village, there lived a man named Arun, who believed that motivation was overrated. Arun observed that many of his fellow villagers were constantly chasing after motivational talks, books, and seminars, yet they seemed to make little progress in their lives. Instead, Arun adopted a different philosophy. Arun believed in the power of routine and discipline over fleeting motivation. Every day, he woke up before dawn, regardless of how he felt. He tended to his small farm not because he felt inspired, but because it needed to be done. He knew that crops wouldn't wait for his motivation to grow. They required consistent effort and care. His neighbor Ravi was the opposite. Ravi would get bursts of motivation after attending workshops or reading books. He would work fervently on his projects for a few days, then lose interest and move on to something else. His field was scattered with half-finished projects, reflecting his inconsistent efforts. Years passed, and Arun's steady, disciplined approach bore fruit. His farm flourished, providing a stable income and a comfortable life for his family. Ravi, despite his moments of high motivation, struggled to make ends meet. His lack of consistency meant that his efforts rarely resulted in tangible success. Arun's story spread through the village, teaching a valuable lesson. While motivation can spark initial action, it is discipline and consistency that sustain progress. Real success comes not from waiting for inspiration but from committing to daily effort, regardless of one's mood or motivation level. In the end, it was Arun's unwavering discipline that led to a fulfilling and prosperous life.